Hello, everyone. Welcome to King H Chronicles. I'm your host, King H, once again. Today, we're gonna tackle the topic the secret to being extremely magnetic without trying. We're going to unravel what it is in the spiritual concept, theoretical concept, and then we see what is there. And hope you enjoy. We'll keep discussing. As I said, I want this to be more of a discussion channel. The bits and bits of, let's say, travel and so on and so forth will definitely come in, but that will need a lot of editing here and there. But for now, let's have discussions, get to know who King H is, what King H thinks about, what runs through my mind, and we see, and also get to understand you, the viewer, the audience, what you're thinking, and what has led you to view this anyway. So let's get into it. Before I get into what we're meant to discuss today, I'll discuss a bit of why I entered the spiritual concept journey. The why part really, I can't really explain it, but I got myself into it. That was 2013. Came across this book. It's called Angel Numbers by Doreen Virtue. I think it was released April 2005. Yeah, somewhere around that time. But I got to it in 2013. So 2013, I don't know what I was going through at that moment. I can't really recall much, but somehow this book found me. I didn't find it. So got into it, got into the spiritual concepts and all that. Got to learn angel numbers, as everybody now is. Angel numbers 1111, 777, 333, any numbers with the sequence. I know majority of you know. If you don't know, I would advise you to go look into the book Angel Numbers by Doreen Virtue. Maybe you'll get to understand why, or get your why. Not really understand why, but get your why. And yeah, we'll get into that. And moving on with that spirituality concept and all, I thought I'd grasp it, getting to understand who I am as a person, self-realization, self-awareness, and so on and so forth. But come 2015, got diagnosed with ADHD. August, yeah, should be August. August 2015, got diagnosed with ADHD. It's a mental illness for those who don't know, and for those who know, obviously you understand what ADHD is. But prior to being diagnosed, I couldn't accept it in the beginning. A lot of things transpired. A lot of rejection bias happened in both close people, family, friends, myself. It's taken me time to get to who I am right now, or to this place of how I can actually even talk through this lens. Um, so yeah, in the beginning it was tough. Got into medication, but I believe medication wasn't good for me because it dulled my creativity. I now became what you can call a zombie. I was now detached from everything that was around me. I was not living in the present moment as you meant to. I was now just. I feel like I lost myself in the process. I lost myself with medication. Got off medication, then now self-managing. That comes more with the self-awareness, and we'll discuss more in this magnetism channel that we're having right now. Not even channel episode. Another thing I'm going to state: we're going to be raw and cut, and a lot of bloopers are going to be in here. But don't expect me to be like, no, let me perfect this thing for you guys. Nah, it's not happening. Reason being. It's an imperfect world, and majority of us tend to try to be so perfect, try to live in this perfect concept, and then it consumes us to a point whereby we don't even know who we are. So I know myself, I'm not going to be like, nah, let me edit this to make it so. Nah, bloopers are going to be there. If a bird comes in here, it's part of the show. So here we are, and here we go. So as I said, well, it's going to be a secret of to being extremely magnetic without trying. Obviously, the topic without trying means at some point it will be flowing with ease. But when you begin, you'll have to try, meaning you have to try, grasp who you are moving forward. Anyway, most people believe magnetism is about performance, telling the best stories using specific body language or having high status achievements. While this can be attractive, they often feel like an act, which drains energy and paradoxically pushes people away. We'll touch base on the spiritual concepts and pillars of magnetism as I mentioned earlier. I believe they're all intertwined. I think they all just merge, they become one. Being magnetic in spirituality generally refers to having a powerful, attractive, and influential presence that draws positive experiences, people, and opportunities towards you. It's often associated with a high level of spiritual development and inner alignment. There's a core meaning of spiritual magnetism, which is different. The idea comes from the principle that like attracts like. In the spiritual concept and scientific, uh, likes repel. So, yeah, it's spiritual concept. Your inner state creates an energetic field that affects your outer world. Okay, the positive attraction spirituality, a spiritually magnetic person naturally attracts beneficial things. The right situations, circumstances, or paths for growth seem to appear effortlessly. Others are drawn to their genuine warmth, wisdom, calmness, or high energy, often seeking guidance or simply enjoying their presence. They manifest their goals and intentions more easily because their energy is aligned with what they want. All this is about energy. Everything you see, everything you touch is energy. Everything you feel is energy. So it has to exist through energy. So reason being, I always about positive energy. Besides that, it can also be fake positive, because fake positive means you're not aligning with your emotions. So sometimes you have to align with your emotions, feel what you need to feel, and then let it go. Because majority of people feel and they harbor it, they wallow into it, they drown in that thing, and I don't know why they do that to themselves. No, just feel what you have to feel in that moment and feel it intentionally. You have to feel it with intention. Once you feel it with intention, you'll be more inclined to let it go. But if you don't, you suppress it. It comes out at a later stage in ripple effects that you cannot even mend. So, in other words, whenever an emotion comes into you, whether it be bad, anger, depression, don't listen to anyone around you who's like, no, just get over it. No, get over it at your own pace, because it's only you who knows what you're feeling. Anyway, I digress. Moving on. A captivating presence. It's often described as a charismatic personality or a compelling, irresistible charm that comes from within, not from external effort or manipulation. This inner light influences and inspires others. The vibrational resonance being the person is seen as operating at a higher, clearer vibration or frequency. Like I. This resonance is what creates the pull. Okay, we're gonna discuss what makes a person spiritually magnetic. Listen to me, spiritually magnetic. The inner quality, the magnetic expression. The inner quality. Let's start step by step. Authenticity, an unwavering sense of self-trust and being genuine, not adjusting to fit others' expectations. Inner peace, calmness, a stable, even-minded emotional state that others find comforting and balancing. Self-awareness, key. I think self-awareness is really key in being magnetic. Once you accept who you truly are, becomes easy to draw in what truly matters to you and who truly matters to you. Anyway, self awareness, a deep, unshakable understanding of one's own strengths, sovereignty, and purpose. Divine connection, a strong, dedicated spiritual practice, meditation, prayer, contemplation that channels a higher, pure energy. When we discuss the likes of meditation, myself, I meditate for 20-21 minutes a day, mostly early mornings. I think that's when your brain is most fresh and your mind is not really consumed. When your mind is at rest, meaning sleeping, that's again, yeah, subconscious and unconscious state. There's a lot that happens. So when your conscious mind comes in, that's when you can meditate and see on how to clear your way and your path for the day. And so it's very vital for me. I do it early morning, 20 minutes. And besides meditation, as you said, and as I mentioned, you can do prayer for those who pray. Take time, pray to your higher being, be it God, Buddha, Allah, whoever it is. It's up to you. But that helps you reach a higher level of acceptance, meaning with your spiritual connection, as I mentioned, with whoever you spiritually or whatever you spiritually connect with. Do it. That channels a higher, purer energy, as I've just mentioned. It channels that higher, purer energy. Divine connection, as we've just discussed, and then the positive energy comes in, radiating love, goodwill, compassion, and optimism, which naturally elevates the energy of those nearby. Integrity and will, actions, thoughts, and words are in alignment with the highest values, creating powerful, focused intention. So you can cultivate spiritual magnetism by this. You deepen your practice, meditation, and concentration are often cited as the primary tools for clearing negative influences and aligning one's energy with the divine. Alignment ensure your action, words, and thoughts are consistent with the core spiritual values and the life you wish to create. Be of service, using your energy to help and uplift others, radiating love and goodwill. Is believed to amplify the positive magnetic force coming back to you. Like my saying always goes, kindness won't hurt you. I believe a lot of people like that kindness and be kind to whoever you meet, a total stranger, your security guard, your maid, or your help, whoever you come across, be kind to them. It doesn't have to be monetary, it can be just words of kindness. We don't know what people are going through in that moment, and sometimes those kind words can alter a lot of things. So, kindness won't hurt you. All right, positive association. That's satsang. Satsang, or associating with spiritual-minded positive people, is important as you continually exchange magnetic vibrations with those around you. Self-care. I know a lot of people are into self-care, but many people have taken it into instant gratification. It's no longer self-care. Instant gratification meaning, okay, I'm feeling this now. Let me go to a spa. Oh, I'm feeling this now. Let me have chocolate. No, it's not that. Unfortunately. Self care, right diet, unwinding. Unwinding can be listening to some good music. It doesn't matter the genre, everybody's feeling it. Maybe rock makes you feel calm. I have no idea. But if it does, let's get into it. Mm, as I said, the diet, calm music, once again, meditation, and so on and so forth. That's self care. Long, nice bath, shower is also good just to freshen up. And there are many others that we get to discuss. And if you have any self-care tips or anything that you feel that really works for you, add on the comments for others to see. Maybe it will aid them. And we move on. Right. In essence, being magnetic in spirituality is about becoming a clear, strong channel for positive, divine energy, allowing your authentic light to shine so brightly that it effortlessly draws all things good and right for your journey. Now we're going to get into the three pillars of non resistance to magnetism: the radical self acceptance, deep non judgmental curiosity, and unconditional emotional generosity. I'm going to start with the radical self acceptance, internal non resistance. This is basically you, all about you this time. Not in a narcissistic way, but it's just about you. All right. This is the rejection of the need to be more or better in the moment. It means stopping the internal commentary that judges you as you speak, walk, or listen. The effect: when you are radically okay with who you are right now, flaws, awkwardness, and all, You release the massive amount of energy typically consumed by self monitoring and self correction, which also leads to another thing, self sabotage. A lot of people face this, but they don't understand. You self sabotage a lot because of self acceptance. Your flaws always tend to direct so many things, and they give you also this fear bracket. You encapsulate yourself in fear all the time due to your flaws. You think, what will people think? Oh, I'm like this, or I'm like that. Believe me, you many people don't even care what's going on with you. So focus on yourself when it comes to self acceptance. Your flaws matter, and nobody should tell you how to change your flaws. Once you accept them and know this is me, this is King H, this is how I am, I think it tends to become easier for many people to be drawn towards who you are because you're now genuinely becoming you. Okay, as I said, self monitoring and self correction. This freed up energy is what others perceive as calm, confidence, and grounded presence. If you're not worried about whether others like you, you're fully available to connect with them. This vulnerability is the ultimate strength, something men suffer with vulnerability, but I will discuss more into that. But I think majority of men need to get more vulnerable with themselves first before they're vulnerable with others, because once you understand yourself, it gives you room to be vulnerable with others. But if you don't understand who you are as a person, it becomes very hard to even express who you are moving forth. This state is closely related to the psychological concept of self compassion, which has to be shown to be a more stable predictor of long-term well-being and social connection than traditional self-esteem. We move to the second pillar, deep non-judgmental curiosity, external non-resistance. This is the rejection of the need to impose your own narrative or expertise on the conversation, means listening to understand, not to reply. The effect to be when you approach others with genuine non judgmental curiosity, you're not treating them as a means to an end to validate you, to agree with you. You're treating them as a rich, fascinating world to explore. People feel seen and valued in this presence, which is intensely addictive. How often are we truly listening? This is something majority of us battle with, listening. But as God poses back, how often are we truly listening? Okay, how often are you truly listening? Is it possible that the most magnetic thing we can do is simply allow the other person to be the most interesting person in the room? Yeah, maybe. Knowledge nugget here. The psychological term for creating a safe and stimulating environment for others is holding space. Truly magnetic people excel at this, making the other person the star, not themselves. Third pillar, unconditional emotional generosity, the flow state. Now, this is the flow state. This is the rejection of the fear of feeling or showing genuine positive emotion. It means allowing your authentic enthusiasm, humor, and joy to flow without filtering. The effect of it is magnetism is about energy transfer. When you're grounded and present, your natural, authentic, positive energy becomes highly contagious. You're not trying to entertain, you're simply being genuinely delighted, amused, or interested. This emotional generosity creates a warm glow that makes people feel better simply by being near you. Think of the most magnetic person you know. Do they feel like they're hiding their personality? Or are they slightly over the top in their enthusiasm about smaller things? Think about that. It's actually a question. You comment down below. You don't have, you basically answer yourself. You get to understand who are you really attracted to. Not really romantically, but attracted to in the sense that who draws your attention most and why. Then you figure out what you're attracting. It will give you answers to that. This is the core of mirror neurons at work. Your genuine, unfettered, positive state is reflected and felt by those around you, making them feel the emotion as if it originated from them. So, when we look into magnetism, uh, how you attract anything. I think you attract the negative, you attract the positive, and it's all based on who you are as a person. So self-awareness will direct your magnetism. So once you understand who you truly are, self-awareness becomes an easy task. Majority of us take it like it's a big task, which it is, because when you look into your flaws, that's what your ego doesn't like. When your ego is damaged, it blocks that narrative, and it's like, nah, you know what? You don't need to know yourself, eh? You're right. But the truth is, your ego will block a lot of things in your life, and it will damage a lot of relationships, be it romantic, be it work, you name it. Your ego will always damage it. So once you accept your flaws, your ego will not come into play. But then comes pride, something we all suffer from pride. We all say it. Sometimes you can say, "No, I'm not prideful," but then the minute something happens, "No, do you know? Do you know I'm Kenyan? Yeah, it cannot be like this." Pride. So when it comes to magnetism, once you let go of the fact that you are like this, and the flow energy just comes towards you with ease, that's what is magnetism. And being, as I mentioned, kind towards yourself first and towards others around you. It really matters how you talk unto others and how you speak, because it resonates. Those words be turn into action. As I mentioned, their energy, so they turn that into action. Somebody tends now to believe those words, and actions start to follow through, and you might tamper with somebody's energy. So keep your energies good, and if you're feeling some sort of emotion in any way, always listen to it with intention. Don't hold it back. If you're angry, feel that anger, as feel it, because if you don't, it will come with ripple effects that you cannot mend, as I mentioned. So feel your emotions and then let go. Once you let go, that's when magnetism comes into play. Once again, my name is King H. Welcome to your favorite channel once again, and thank you for listening, watching. Share your views, comments on the comment section. You can email me at kinghchronicles@gmail.com. Mm, like, share, subscribe, and let's get to have more discussions. I think at a later stage, I'll probably convert this to a podcast, because then I'll have discussions with people who are interested. So if you're interested to have a discussion with me on a one-on-one basis, hit me up, and let's see how far we can take this. Let's keep this positive journey going. Once again, it's King H signing out.